Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of SkyExchange. We are picking off minutes after I recorded the last episode. I'm having so much fun with this pack that I just want to keep playing it. It's so much fun, but that means that I haven't seen your comments on the last episode yet. Either way, thank you all so much for the support. I know you guys are always amazing when it comes to that kind of stuff, so you have my appreciation. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I certainly am. In today's episode, I want to get into some new things. Last episode, we kind of tried out this Cyberize mod and played around with a few of those things, and it was fun to play around with, but I don't really see it being exceptionally useful. I do, however, want to try out some of this kind of stuff. So we are going to need some nether brick and a lava bucket. And then I'm going to need some gold, like so. Let's just grab that. And come to think of it, I don't actually have a nether portal anywhere in my base, do I? I just realized that. I thought I did, but I guess not. Let's sleep. I suppose I don't really want the nether portal sounds, honestly. They're kind of meh. We could just fly off this way. Our other base is not far. Ooh, although food is a thing. Let me grab a burger. That'll do. There we go. All right, I'm gonna head off to our nether portal over at our old base, way over here. And I'm gonna get in another, set up a couple things. I'll be back with you in a sec. Alright guys, I am back. So I've set up a little thing here that's basically just, it's exactly what it looks like. It's a layer of nether brick with some more nether brick on top and a lava bucket. And from what I have heard, this will create demon ingots if I toss those in. Oh, it totally works. Okay, awesome. We're gonna make a few of these. That should be enough for the time being, at least. And that is how you make demon ingots. It has to be done in the nether. You don't have to be in like a nether fortress or anything like that. But you need nether brick on the sides, and that's about it. Now, I was having trouble doing that in Hermit Pack, and apparently that was because the version of extra utilities we were using in Hermit Pack was not the most up-to-date version, and therefore it hadn't been implemented yet, and that was the problem I was running into. Or at least that's what I found out based on the research that I did. But either way, we got ourselves a bunch of demon ingots now, which is pretty cool. And those can be used to make some pretty crazy stuff, specifically this demonically gargantuan drum, which is just insane. It's massive. And the block doesn't really seem to be used for anything. It's pretty much just making the drum. But it holds like a massive amount of fluid. And there's a quest for it, which is why we're completing it. Because our goal is to complete as many of the quests as we possibly can. So let's take a look at this. Klein flasks are easy. Looks like that's just glass bottles and ender pearls. So let's make 2 of those guys. And those actually do have an EMC value, so let's do that. And then we need to make a reinforced large drum, an iron drum. Okay, so I'm going to need a bunch of iron. I'm going to need some gold and some diamonds. There we go. So I need 2 of those. I need 1 of those. And that will make the iron drum, which has a capacity of 256 buckets, which isn't bad. That's not bad. Now, can I upgrade that right away while it still has fluid in it? Like, is that something that can be done? Oh, I need some of those. There we go. Yes, and then that holds 4,096 buckets of fluid. And then last but not least, there's the demonically gargantuan drum, which holds 65,536 buckets of fluid. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is a big fluid container for sure. So we can complete that. That'll give us a couple more demon ingots. We don't really have anything that we need the fluid for right this very second, but it's always good to have something like that lying around and the ability to make it, because you never know when you're going to need massive quantities of fluid. Let's see what else we're going to have here. So this quest is complete. This is complete. This is not. This dire wiring one, I don't know what the deal is with this. It says retrieval task, which I assume just means we need to have the stuff in our inventory. I don't know why that one doesn't work. There's the atomic disassembler, the electric blow, and the flamethrower. The atomic disassembler is an amazing tool because it has different modes. Inventory manipulation. We've got different mills. I don't want to do the manual mill. Like, most of this stuff is kind of useless. What actually goes into a manual mill, though? Because I do want to complete the quests. And that's really the only reason that I'm at all interested in this. Redstone crystal. Okay. So, we can probably do that. Let's just make one. Get it over with. Polished stone. There we go. There's a manual mill. And then I think I've got solar panels in here. No, I don't. That's all right. What goes into solar panels? Polished stone lapis. So one of those. Lapis. I need my resonator. We've got our polished stone. We have all these things. Oh, and stone burnt, which I also have. There we go. And we'll claim that quest. That one's now done. I don't actually need, like, any of that stuff at the moment. But we could throw those back in here and not have to worry about them anymore. Nice. So what else do we have? Wait. Was that? Back to here. Okay. So we still need some of these guys. The ender chest and the ender pouch could actually be really useful, because then I can just deposit stuff anywhere at any time. That may be worth doing. Let's just see. Ender pouch. Leather blaze. That's all pretty doable. Let's grab some wool. Let's grab some blaze powder. And let's grab some leather. Oh, and I'm going to need ender pearls as well, I'm assuming. Yep, there we go. So we can make the ender pouch, and then the ender chest is blaze rods, wool, and obsidian. There we go. Oh, and a chest. Right, since it's an ender chest. Derp. There we go. Okay, so we have all of that. That completes this quest. Claim done, all that kind of stuff. And now what we can basically do here is if I take a hopper, or better yet, an item... Oh, wait. Do we have Ender IO? We don't have Ender IO. What's going to be the best... Can I use logistical pipes on this guy? Universal cable, mechanical. Ah, there we go. Logistical transporter. Will this hook up to the chest? It will. Okay, good. Good. So then what we can do, configure items. Let's just go, wrench for the moment. Break. What I want to do is run that into this system so that basically anything that goes into this ender chest is going to end up in here. I think that's probably a very good idea. However, I need a place to actually insert the stuff. And the problem is this guy's right in the middle. So maybe what we'll do... no, that's a bad place for it. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just switch these two... Let's see. Maybe we'll put the storage scanner here. And then these modular storage units over there. Because then all we would have to do, basically, is run a cable. Where are my decent cables? There's an advanced one. Oh, I hate to... We'll just do this. Upgrade. Beautiful. We'll just do one of those guys. And then this, we need to scan it all, let's say radius of 2. There we go. That's a bit better. So then everything will be... Oh, and we need all of these to be considered routable. There we go. Much better. So that's all good. And then what we can do, basically, is put this guy here, put that guy here, change this to configure items, and it will extract from here and toss it into here. So then if I put... Alright guys, I am back. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button and exited full screen, which causes my recording to stop. My apologies. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to make a stack of resonators to use for testing purposes. And if I toss those in here, we should see them going pretty quickly into the system. And then, yep, we have our 64 resonators. So that works. Anything that I put into this ender pouch will automatically be taken and thrown into our modular storage system. I wish there was a way to send it directly into the transmutation tablet, but I don't think that's possible. Like, from any side. So, I mean, that would be a little cheaty if that was the case, but still, it would be nice. Either way, we've got that one completed. What else do we still have to do over here? Inventory manipulation, player chest, indexer, and mechanical user. So let's start taking a look at those. We've got the player chest, which is stone burnt ender chest and a resonating redstone crystal. So let's do that. Let's grab an ender pearl and a blaze powder. Combine those to make an Eye of Ender. Grab some obsidian and make a vanilla ender chest, which I'll toss in there. Then we need some stone burnt, like so. And that should allow us to make the... What? Oh, I thought I grabbed a whole stack. I guess not. Whole stack. Much better. There we go. And that will allow us to make the player chest. Then we need a... what was it called? An indexer. We need the indexer. How do we make that? That is 2 of those. I need a screen. Screens are super cool, by the way. I definitely want to use those a bit more extensively. Let's grab ender shards. Let's grab redstone. We're going to need more stone burnt, which we have. The screens actually aren't that incredibly expensive. They're not that hard to make. But they're super cool. All right, so there's the indexer player chest. And then last but not least, we want a mechanical user. Mechanical user is a dropper. A lever, that's all pretty easy. Let's grab a lever. How do you make a dropper? Cobblestone and redstone? I don't suppose I've taught it that already. Nope. Cobblestone. Redstone. Oh. There's a dropper. Learn. Beautiful. And mechanical user. And that should teach everything for the inventory manipulation quest, so we'll claim that. And that actually gives us these red orchids. You can plant these on redstone ore and get, like, they'll grow redstone. It's kind of a cool little item. I don't actually need any of this right now because I have the super awesome modular storage from RF Tools instead. But once again, we're completing quests. We're trying to work our way through these. This stuff, I think we'll have to wait for now. So craft a soul shard, 3x3 structure, 4 obsidian at the corners, 4 quartz blocks at the side, then right-click it with a diamond. Killing mobs will fill it. After a great amount of killing mobs, you can put that shard in a spawner and activate it with a redstone signal. The Vile Sword gives you more stuff. Oh, so maybe this actually wouldn't be that hard. What did it say? Quartz? Obsidian, quartz blocks, and a glowstone block. Let's give it a try. Obsidian. Glowstone. Quartz. And then it said you right-click it with a diamond. So it was here, 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 here. Like that. Glowstone. Like this. So it's supposed to kind of look like a present, I guess. Like that. And then you right-click it with the diamond? No? 4 quartz blocks at the side. And 1 glowstone block in the middle. So, oh, maybe it's like this? Like there's just the 4? Maybe that's what it is. Or something. And then right-click it with a diamond. No? That's not working. Maybe it'll... Let's take a look. That soul shard's the old ways. Soul cage? Maybe this has been changed? Maybe this has been changed, and it doesn't work that way anymore, and we just need to make the soul cage. Or something. Maybe the quest is outdated. If that's the case, that's okay. Corrupted essence. Soul cage. To craft a soul shard. Diamond block. A diamond on the origin block. Yeah, I don't know. I'll do some research on that one later. And we'll get that figured out. Let's try the redstone stuff first. We've got a redstone cable, freestanding redstone cable, and an AND gate. So let's take a look at these. Redstone cable seems pretty easy. Redstone iron. So we can make a batch of those. We can make freestanding redstone cable by just putting that in here. That's pretty easy. And then it says we want to make an AND gate. So that's this guy. That looks a little bit more complicated. Let's make a couple batches of that. We need some redstone torches. We need some stone slabs. Let's just make a couple. And then we can just do one of those. And that seems to have finished it off. and got us a redstone clock as well. So that's like redstone-y stuff that realistically I'm never going to use, but we completed another quest. We are blowing through quests today. We've got all this done last episode. We've got all of these done except for Psy and the Soul Shards one, which I still need to figure out. Psy, actually, we could probably get into a little bit. If we look at Psy, we need the CAD something? What was it? The CAD assembler. This guy. There we go. So iron and pistons. Let me toss these into here. There we go. Iron. A piston. We'll make the CAD assembler. And then what was the other thing I needed? An iron CAD assembly. That's pretty easy. There we go. And that will complete this quest. Then we need Psy Dust, Psy Metal, and Psy Gems. Well, leveling up... What did it say? Well, leveling up in Psy, you can unlock certain lessons with infusions to create stronger Psy researchers. You need to use those spells. Okay. And then we have the Psy Metal stuff. And I don't know that I can do Psy Metal right now. Spell infusion, trick infusion. Yeah. So basically, if I'm gonna do this, I need to play around with the Psy off camera and do a bunch of that stuff, which Psy doesn't really interest me that much. It's kind of like a programming mod, and I'm not really big into that kind of thing. But we'll see. I might play around with it a little bit, or we might just say that one's okay to leave. Kind of like the high-end Botania stuff. We're probably not going to do much with that either. But yeah, all sorts of different things. We did lots of quests today. Unfortunately, though, guys, we are pretty much out of time for this episode. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.